Oh hey, I joined a call if I meant to. I didn't have to pay for anything ever again. Depending on what. You were doing dishes. I asked you if after the stream if you have some time for a call. I will not join a call because. Yes. Okay, cool. Because then I can show you some Zen Zone before I go to bed. I will not join a cult because it's a lot of times the cult, like whoever starts the cult has like it's very controlling, very manipulative, very they will drop you in an instant if you just decide to do one thing that they don't like. The Henry cult? Yeah, okay, that's a cult I would probably join as well. Yeah. Alright, we got Petrograd, which I'm trying to see which one's the most recent one we had of theirs. I think it was 2771, yeah. 2771. 2771. Oh, is that the... Yeah, it's the fucking, like, it's the papers please, you're not my neighbor type SCP where like there's somebody's going to walk by and you have to act in a certain way at the check. At the check, and if you do it correctly, they can pass. And if you do it wrong, you get shot. They paid all my bills and medical expenses. I do whatever they told me to do. The fact, you see, this is why cults in America. This is why there is so many cults in America, because you guys are so fucked with how like everything works that the idea of a guy showing up and be like, live with us, we'll take care of everything that causes you stress, is so alluring. And then you're there, and then like next thing you know, like you get told by the guys like, you have to slit your throat for me. Because it's because God told me that you have to do it, and you're like, well, yeah, you did pay the bills for me, so I guess I have to do it. Okay, Petrograd, let's see what you have here. Periscope ants. Object class Euclid. Spectral data procedures. Due to the unpredictability of the emergence of -2, SCP-2977 has been publicly designated as a critically endangered species and provide protection under the Multilateral Sites Treaty. Non-anomalous research data may be considered for public release at the discretion of the lead researcher. Mobile Task Force Option 7, the Glass Jaw, are to monitor internationally conservation groups for description matching -1. MDF Y7R2. Investigate possible instances. Locate -2 using chemical, pheromone tracking and ground penetrating radar, and convert affected areas into provisional sites under the guise of preservation efforts. -2 must be located before full containment is enacted. Current research sites include -Alpha, San Amaro Valley, California, USA, -Beta, Ishikari Coast, Hokkaido, Japan, and I keep forgetting if that is that Theta. Research colony cultivated at Site 104. To the extreme rarity of both -1 and -2, future excavation attempts must be approved by both the O5 Council and the current coordinator of Project Longfellow. And here we have an immature -1 instance. Estimated current depth is 1.7 kilometers. An anthill that goes 1.7 kilometers into the ground is absurd. It makes sense. It's SCP. It's the SCP world. Of course that happens. Bugs are cool as fuck. Yeah, except cockroaches. Those shit are ugly. Those shit can go fuck themselves. And botflies. My biggest, like, mosquitoes and botflies are the two things I hate the most. Like every other animal, I'm like, okay. Maybe like sharks, for example. I respect sharks. I think sharks are cool. They're scary, yeah, sure, but I also respect them. I think they just act like animals do. Same with orcas. Same with snakes. anything like that, right? But then like botflies and mosquitoes, I'm like, oh, I wish. I wish I could just like telekinetically like just gather them all together and just toss them into the sun. SCP-2977 as a species of eusocial insect of my family, Formicidae, commonly known as ants. SCP-2977 members are black in color, which between 13mm and 20mm in length depending on caste. SCP-2977 are externally distinguishable from other Formicidae by the limited reproduction cycle and the characteristics rainbow or bullseye pattern of debris surrounding their colonies. SCP-2977 also cultivate unusual food species in underground reservoirs in a pattern of agriculture like mutualism, including Amblyopsidae, blind cave fish, and tardigrades. The world's largest ant colony is a supercolony of the Argentine ant neophyte that spans 6,000 kilometers across Europe. Fun fact, I used to take home hands and hit them inside my parents and big sister when I was a kid. I'm jealous I never followed. You guys are meant for each other. you two are exact same level of crazy. SCP-2977 colonies designated -1 expand almost directly downward to extreme depths, rarely exceeding 1.5 meters in diameter below the surface. -1 are known to extend below 15 kilometers to maximum depth currently attainable by Foundation technology. The concentric cycle pattern of debris surrounding each -1 is created when SCP-2977 members being excavated material from the deepest point in the colony to the surface, with deeper minerals forming new rings as older debris as pushed toward. And also, the fact that like it spreads 6,000 kilometers across, that's like fine by me, but 1.5 kilometers down is what's crazy to me. Like, that's a long distance downwards. -1 are considered mature when they reach an estimated final depth of kilometers and cease producing new debris. A summary of minerals surrounding a mature instance is available in Addendum 1. Mature colonies produce nuptial flights of male and fertile queen SCP-2977 members in orders to produce new -1. This occurrence is extremely infrequent and has only been observed 16 times across all sites since initial containment in 1914. SCP-2977 instances have not displayed digging capabilities superior to those of non-anomalous Formicidae. Based on observations of expanding debris patterns around multiple -1 over time, it is estimated that the time required for a new -1 instance to reach a mature depth is years. -1 are always found in close proximity to a source colony, designated -2. -2 emerges sporadically in areas of high volcanic tectonic activity, primarily in the Pacific Ring of Fire. It is believed that -2 originate at unknown depth and expand upwards until they break the surface, leaving only entry tunnels visible. Unlike typical SCP-299, thanks for the hydrate. Unlike typical SCP-2977 queens emerging from -2 are wingless and reproduced by asexual parthenogenesis. -2 queens also display significant genetic aberration from -1 produced queens. Genetic analysis results are available in document 2. Can I befriend, I mean, yeah, if you want to befriend ants, I guess, yeah. And then one site alpha colony debris pattern. Okay. The following is a list of circular debris bands surrounding -1-alpha 05. A mature instance that has not produced new debris in over 40 years. The total diameter of the debris field is approximately 6.6 meters. Material. So we have here we have an infographic. Debris band content. So we have soil, and basalt, sandstone, limestone, and shale bands, siltstone, dolomitic, anthracite, granite. Distance from colony entrance. Okay, so the soil is like diamond, porcelain, steel, silicon with gold, obsidian. Damn, okay. Edge of debris field. Soil coordinated deposits. Bandwidth 5 centimeters. Basalt sandstone. Okay, we kind of just looked at that already. Right? But let's look at anything else. 5.10 centimeters, 1 meter total. Green siltstone Jurassic, 5 centimeters. Conglomerate Jurassic, 13 centimeters. Anthracite Paleozoic, 5 centimeters. Granite, 36 centimeters. Solidified silicate magma, 0.5 millimeter sphere. It is believed that small amounts of magma cool into the perfect spheres during transportation by SCP-2977 workers. It is unknown how SCP-2977 workers survived this process. It is kind of cool that ants are carrying like magma balls. I kind of like that. Solidified andesitic magma, 1 millimeter spheres. Solidified basalt magma, 0.7 millimeter spheres. Diamond. Oh yeah, also like 62, 38, and 5 centimeters bandwidth. Porcelain, 10 millimeters. Stainless steel, 2 centimeters. Silicon interspersed with gold, 5 millimeters. Silicon in this layer meets the 99.999999% purity standards necessary for microelectronics usage. 5 millimeters. Obsidian interspersed with palladium, 5 millimeters. Powdered ivory, 3 millimeters. DNA analysis suggests that this material originated from an unknown pseudo-mammalian species with similarities to cetaceans, whales, dolphins, porpoises, manidines, pangolins, and turbinalidae, marine gastropods, tentatively designated -3, and then colony entrance. Additional documentation level 4, access required, please enter credentials. -2, document 2, genetic variation in SCP-2977 Queens. From Dr. Alexandre Honore, lead researcher in SCP-2977, Dr. Jennifer Torres, MTF leader Y7, to O5 Command Overwatch HQ. The limited reproduction rates of -1 and -2 have resulted in significant difficulty capturing queens for analysis. Still, a concentrated year program has provided us with samples from all known sites, allowing us to successfully categorize genetic and physiological aberrations between various SCP-2977 queens. First queens produced by -2 contain enormously uniform non-coding DNA, with all DNA not absolutely essential to protein coding or biological function following a repeating GACT pattern. Second, the RNA-mediated transcription and translation process in -2 queens is extremely efficient, but also extremely prone to mutation. Third, mutations expressed in non-coding DNA in any cell are uniformly replicated in all new DNA across the organism. Queens originating from mature -1 display more typical genetic diversity and DNA reproduction than -2 queens, although the non-essential non-coding DNA in -1 queens is vastly different between containment sites. Analysis of genetic differences between these queens suggests that specific genetic sequences are directly related to minute details of geographic, climate, and even level of human interaction or observation. The genetic plasticity of -2 queens and the level of detail reflected in queens from -1 suggests that SCP-2977 may serve as a novel, if inefficient, information storage and transportation system. And then document Longfellow from O5 Command Overwatch HQ to all level 3/Longfellow personnel, CC MTF Y7 personnel. For the purpose of developing a long-term containment policy, it is to be assumed that SCP-2977 is engineered species used for surface reconnaissance for unknown deep subterranean beings. Likely -3. It has been determined by a 7-5 vote of the O5 Council that communication with any such inquisitive species is essential in order to prevent any more intrusive and potentially geologically catastrophic attempts to explore the surface. Given the approximately 300 years it takes SCP-2977 to return from the surface. Attempts to use genetically modified SCP-2977 as an extreme long delay communication system is to establish contact with -3 have been approved within the mandate of Project Longfellow. Newly assigned SCP-2977 personnel should consult document LF-1886, Introduction to Pan-Generational Research, and document LF-1947, maintaining continuity in the giga-year range for more information. 057-935-8211. Okay. I like that the ants can like just carry magma. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it looks like it's like some sort of like super long like information system that's being like used. Interesting. Ants are really strong as is. Yeah, exactly. They're already like strong little fuckers. It's cool. Shout out to all the ants in the world. Well, it's not. I love ants. I think ants are pretty cool, but at the same time, they're also very annoying when you have them in the kitchen and you're like, please just get out. Please, I have nothing in here for you guys to take. Except fire ants. Fuck those. Yeah, I mean, those are like the wasps of ants. They're like they're just so hyper aggressive. It's so frustrating to deal with ants.